Apparently, there really is no such thing as bad publicity, and the best two examples of that are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. According to their FEC filings from the second quarter of this year, they are among the top 10 Republicans in total amount of cash received. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who earlier this year, as we all remember, was stripped of her committee assignments, has gotten into multiple problems comparing COVID regulations to the Nazis. She managed to pull in $1.5 million over the last 3 months of the second quarter. Matt Gaetz, we're all very familiar with his scandal. He raked in $1.4 million over those 3 months. And keep in mind, those 3 months, his scandal was going on for the entire time. They're doing just fine, unfortunately. Here's a little more, because it's not just those windbags pulling in lots of money. Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio, a former leader of the conservative House Freedom Caucus and vocal supporter of former President Donald Trump, who has also been an active presence on Fox News, raised more than $1 million as well. Minority Whip Steve Scalise and Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy were the House GOP's two top fundraisers, bringing in $3.7 and $3.4 million respectively. And another big winner was Representative Dan Crenshaw, who is among the most high-profile House Republicans on cable news and social media. He raised $3 million in the second quarter. So all of these idiots, most of them, the worst of the worst that the House Republicans have to offer, raising millions and millions of dollars from being horrible. So here's the question. Does raising all this cash amount to electoral success, right? Historically, yes. The candidate who raises the most money is typically the candidate that emerges victorious in an election. But not always the way it seems, right? We have seen countless Democrats raise tons and tons and tons and tons of money for their campaigns only to ultimately lose against a pretty much hated Republican candidate. Beto O'Rourke versus Ted Cruz. Lindsey Graham emerged the victor there, even though he got outraised in money for many quarters. So money doesn't always equal success, because you have to look at now where the money comes from. If you look at Matt Gaetz's district, if you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, yeah, those people aren't forking over $1 million a quarter for these two idiots. The money is coming from outside their district. It's coming from people who will not have the opportunity to vote for them. So in this particular instance, as we saw with Beto O'Rourke, because a lot of O'Rourke's money came from outside of Texas, it's all well and good. It helps you run a smooth campaign, but it's coming from people who ultimately have no decision whatsoever in whether or not you get elected, because they can't vote for you. So we could be looking at a situation like that for these two. But unfortunately, considering both Gaetz and Greene are from deep red districts where a Republican is essentially a shoo-in at this point, success almost seems inevitable. So the money might be a moot point. Whether it's coming from in-state, out-of-state, wherever, these people are essentially safe. Unless, of course, a Republican challenger emerges and holds these two individuals in their respective districts to task. That is the only way these two people are not going to win re-election, is if a better conservative alternative shows up for them. But right now, we can say one thing for certain. Whether it's Gaetz, Greene, Jordan, or Crenshaw, being out there and saying stupid, idiotic things is apparently the way to win big cash in today's Republican Party.